My name is Celeste. I am a CTO and a certified peer supporter. And I think being a telecommunicator is kind of a unique position in that you're kind of doing multiple jobs simultaneously. So on one hand, we're receiving the call, and for that citizen, it's a distressing situation. And so we're kind of helping them to manage that moment while also being kind of a liaison, almost a translator, taking the information that they're giving us and translating that into a succinct, coherent fashion for the responders. I think one theory that we have is one call at a time, and sometimes that can be a little challenging because you're not taking one call at a time, they're kind of piling up. You're taking multiple back to back to back, but you really just kind of have to, in your mind, process, I'm taking one call at a time. I finish that call, take a deep breath, move on to the next one. Honestly, there are times where you just kind of keep moving through it. And then once things have kind of died down and things have gotten a little more quiet, you can take a deep breath, you can kind of process what all just happened. So I love what we're working on here. We do have what we call a peer support team. And one thing that I love about peer support, because a lot of times with responders, and we are the first responders, and what you hear is that, oh, if you need anything, reach out. You know, if you're struggling, make sure you reach out. And I think one thing that our peer support team has done is we really take the initiative to try to reach in. So we don't wait for our responders to reach out to us. We hear, oh, this person had a hard call, or oh, this person lost someone on the phone. We're going to go to them. Hey, I heard about your call. What do you need? It could be as simple as a text message, an email. I've had people tell us that they were just so blessed because somebody reached out and said, hey, did you eat today? You know, it's just the simple things that we do to really try to reach in to our staff and not put all of the pressure on them while they're dealing with mental health issues or a traumatic situation. They can't really handle the pressure of trying to reach out, and so we try to reach in to them. The one thing that I love about my job is the moments. And I know it's weird to think when you think about this job that you would say you love the moments, because a lot of times the moments that we're a part of are not the best moments of someone's lives. Sometimes we are helping people through the worst moments of their lives, but I love being able to be there with someone in those moments. A lot of times that time span of when you're waiting for responders to get there can be some of the loneliest and most frightening moments of someone's life. And so being able to be there with them in those moments so that they feel supported and they don't feel alone is one of the things I love the most about my job.
Hi, my name is Shayna Futch. I am a communications specialist too here at Murfreesboro Police Department. I take both phone calls, 911 and non-emergency phone calls, as well as dispatch fire and police on the radio.
Murfreesboro Police Fire Dispatch, this is Shayna.
I actually started here as a 2. I had a year of experience at a different facility, and so my training would be just the same as everybody else's. I trained for orientation, learning policies about the police department as a whole, and then went through call taking training and NCIC training, and then I moved on to fire training, and now I'm currently in police radio training, and we're hoping that I will be done in the next month so I can be released and be a full member of the team in some way. When it comes to health and mental health aspects, I feel like I definitely have more support from the admin here. They've created a bunch of different things for us. We have the access to the gym 24/7 downstairs for our physical health, and here specifically in communications, the admin has created the peer support team, which are people that have been trained in certain ways, not licensed, but they are trained to help us through mental health crisis in some way. And not even with just the peer support team, you have everybody who has a concern to make sure that you're okay. Admin has provided the quiet rooms if we take a difficult call, things including child death or a bad accident that could have been fatal. And then members of our team really try to, pick up the slack, for lack of a better word, when you have to get up and just take a breather. We really try to work together to support each other on that. Admin as well has tried to help with morale, and we have a constant rolling reviews from people that we've taken 911 calls for. They're positive surveys, and we keep the reviews up on the screen that's constantly rolling to let us each know that we're doing a good job. Even though it's a hard job, we're doing a good job. One thing I love most about my job is just being there to help people through their hardest times. You can have somebody, their first car accident, and they're terrified and they're crying, and you're that one person that's going to try to keep them calm, you know, let them know that you're there for them. And really, truly, for most of us, we're going to put ourselves in that situation. We're going to be there for you as if we were your friend or your family member. We want to be there to support you and help you through the hardest point of your life in most cases. And it's just a very rewarding feeling when you are able to take that hardest moment in somebody's life and make them feel comfortable with what's going on, at least comfortable enough to talk about it and to go through it to get the help that they need.
Hi, my name is Avery and I'm a communications specialist for the Murfreesboro Police Department. I'm actually the youngest dispatcher here that we currently have, and I am still in training, so I'm learning all of the things that any dispatcher would, just as the youngest one here. My main function at this point is to learn how to do the police radio. I have already been through the training process of learning how to answer phones, be trained for our NCIC national database entries, as well as the fire radio communications. So my last step in my training process would be the police radio function of the aspect.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
This job is not what you expect it to be. It is kind of like being on a roller coaster all the time. It's fun, it's exciting, it's interesting. You get to talk to multiple different people in their worst days and their best days, in all sorts and walks of life, and then you get to meet the people you're dispatching with as well, who are also having the same walks of life that you're encountering and working with. It is stressful. It is a lot. It is actually very fun, but very stressful at the same time. You have to be on top of it all the time. You have to study all of your dispositions and your codes and just be on top of it all the time. One of the most stressful parts of being a police radio trainee would be that you are now responsible for all of the documentations that the officers do out in the field. So if they are checking out at a separate location or going to a hot call, or they need backup, or if there's a dangerous situation, or if they need medical or fire or anything, you're responsible for gathering those resources and typing and documenting that down and getting it to them. And while it can be fun, and it is very stressful because those officers' lives are in your hands. The one thing that I love about my job is getting the sense that I'm helping someone else. When you talk to the callers on the phone, they're having the worst day of their life, and most of the time they're not happy. It's very stressful, very upsetting, very angry, and to be able to provide them with guidance and assistance and get them help and guide them through the process is probably one of the most rewarding parts of the job.